Yeah. Okay. Okay.
We're live now.
All right. All
We're
right.
live now.
So start sending out the
Sending out
invite.
the invites. Yep.
Yeah. That's you in there. You the first person in there.
That ain't me.
Somebody in
Well,
there
yeah, it
already.
is me because I'm on. Yeah, I'm on the computer.
Okay.
So yeah,
Okay.
that might be me.
I'm about to say somebody in there. We appreciate it though.
Ah,
I'm just saying. You know.
all right, put that there. Open this up full screen. Chat. Let's see. Send out invites. Copy link. Now create a post last. That person get at the top of my whatever. Funny message that person. All right, there we go. Yeah, if I did message that person, didn't mean to.
Do 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 do.
Yeah. You been at work on these cold days lately?
I went today.
Okay.
Yeah.
It wasn't as cold?
Um. Yeah. Not as cold as that first day.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, today was alright. It was cold, but bearable.
Gotcha.
Man, but it is cold out there, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, when I let Gravy go outside, I can't keep him out there long. You know what I'm saying? Like, just let him go out there, use the restroom or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Bring it right back inside.
What is the temperature right now? 30 or below?
Well, it's getting, dropping like that. What's happening, Tanya? How you doing? Annie, what's happening? What's going on with
Tanya, Annie, how y'all doing?
you? Excuse me.
Delta in the building yet?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Not yet. We got hold on, we got about 7 people in there, so
Talk to the
it's,
people.
it's 19 degrees right now.
Ooh.
Wow. Yeah, what Apple Annie said, and it's about that cold here too. I don't even know what state Annie in, you know what I'm saying? But
Annie is in Ohio,
yeah. All right.
the home of LeBron.
What up, Pops in the building, y'all. Y'all say what's
All
happening,
right,
man.
all right,
Pops.
all right, all
Gotta give
right.
Pops some love, man. Shout him out.
What's up, Pops?
Hey,
What you drinking on, sir?
Andy, say what's up to my pops right there. Tanya, say
What,
what's up to my pops right there. You know what
what
I'm
you
saying? Y'all show
drinking?
him some love. Deuces, what's happening, bro? What's happening with you, man?
What you drinking?
This is and I gotta blame Ace. This is some Ciroc Redberry. Ciroc
Oh.
Redberry. The very first time I tried it, he gave it to me. Yep,
Oh.
yep. And tonight it was a mix. It was gonna be a choice between Ciroc Redberry or Ciroc Peach. Matter of fact, I just lied. I got Ciroc Peach in the cup, and Redberry is what I'm gonna try tomorrow. That's it. And I got it because Ace let me try it that night at the house when he made them drinks. And I was like, damn, that Redberry good. So, and I normally don't even drink the white, but
I
yeah,
know. That's what I was gonna say. You drinking white, like
yeah, I normally do brown, but yeah, you know,
I guess everybody can change up every now and then.
shout out to my wife. You know what I'm saying? She like to clear, so this for her. You know what I'm talking about?
Okay.
So shout out
Cool.
to her.
I wish I was in the neighborhood.
Yeah, yeah,
Damn.
yeah, man.
I ain't been drinking lately. Then the last time I drunk was on my birthday when we all went out. Well,
Yeah.
no, we was at the house. I didn't drink when we went out. We didn't find nowhere to go.
Oh, okay, okay. Yes, that's what I asked Ace where y'all went to.
Yeah,
Uh,
we went to sleep
yeah,
and have food.
that's what he said. Right. That what he like, man. We just grab some grub. I was like, oh, that's what's up. You know, that's what's
And I
up.
wanted to go out, but
Huh?
the city was closed.
Yeah.
The city was closed, sir.
We should have hit that's a guard bar or something next time. Hey everybody. Hey Distant said. What's happening, Seven? What's going on? Hey Seven. Say what's up to my dad right there. Comment right above you. That's my pops right there. Say what's up to him. He a smooth criminal. You know what I'm saying? He cool as heck. That's where I get it from, y'all. That's where I get it from. Um, hey Seven, you know, we got to make sure the homie Eighth mark himself safe. You know what I'm talking about? So shout out to the homie Eighth. He got to mark himself safe real quick. You know what I'm saying? Hey man, we got to keep up with the diaspora. You know what I'm talking about? So shout out to the brother. Say hi, Mister. Uh-huh. So yeah, possibly support, man. Possibly tuning in, man. You know what I'm saying? Um, me and him be talking about what you call it, topics and comments and stuff. Said I drink clear, they're gonna be a party, even if it's a party of one. Absolutely. Absolutely. Clear will make you, yeah. It said brown bring you
Who
down
asked
and that
that?
white make you hype. So yeah, it's all
I
good.
mean, that's not what they do, but okay.
I mean, that's just the saying, you know what I'm saying? For some people, white do turn them up. You know what I'm saying? They get on that clear and they turn up.
It's up here. It's up here.
It is, I guess.
It's up there.
It's all yeah. Said dad in the building. Absolutely. Popped in the building, y'all. I told you he be supporting y'all. He support with the music. He support with the sweatshirts, you know what I'm saying? The clothing, the brand and stuff. He support with the podcast. So yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it took it, you know.
Remind me when we done to sing you them verses.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah,
was just about to ask you about that too. You know, I mean, I know we on now, but still. Um, yeah. Who you said sent you the beats?
Pat.
Yeah, he sent me one too. Abe said he wished I was more cooperative than aggressive. Exactly, exactly. What up, dynamic duo? What's happening? What's happening? How you doing? Appreciate you tuning in. Appreciate you tuning in. What it says, socially adept. Appreciate that. Appreciate you tuning in. You know, we're gonna have a good show. Talk some smack. You know what I'm saying? Before we get started, right? I want everybody to look over my shoulder right here. How many of y'all eat this kind of stuff? And I pointed out before y'all get a chance to point it out and be like, say it, ain't you a personal trainer? Say it, don't you work out? I know y'all gonna get on me, right? I know y'all gonna get on me. But look, as a personal trainer, as a amateur bodybuilder, as somebody who like is into health and fitness, having this type of stuff on my table helps me out. It helps my discipline. Because listen, y'all gotta remember, I got a wife and kids, and just because I'm into all this super fitness and all that, that don't mean they into it. That don't mean they have to be into it. So,
Hmm.
yeah. You see what I'm saying?
So so having the temptation on the table helps you out.
Absolutely. You see, look, you see all these chips and snacks and little Debbie's and all this, bro. If I can
Hmm.
walk past this every day I can walk past this, you know what I'm saying? Then I know I can get up and go to the gym. I know I can do that hour session on the Stairmaster. I know I can do it because I can walk past this. You know what I'm saying? So like that type of stuff, you know, that's how it helps. That's
Why
how it
what,
helps.
MJ? MJ, why what? Hey Sevens,
Said thanks for
Darnell,
looking out. Hey, you know I gotta look out.
Deuce, socially adapt,
Yeah,
Tanya.
we appreciate all y'all
Um,
tonight, man. For real. Socially
all
adept. I
right,
like that. You know what I'm saying? And I like how you spelled it too.
all right. Well, let's get into it, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls around the room and back.
Hmm.
I'm your host, Just This, Just This World.
I'm your boy Said, aka Mr. Let's Talk.
So let's talk.
What we talking about today?
We're talking about misrepresentation. Um, this topic came to me a little bit the other day when we were having my birthday podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Ace said something that was quite funny to me. He
Mm-hmm.
said, well, he said a lot of things. I'm trying not to bring up the wrong things, but basically he said he'd be on these dating sites, and I guess that's what this all boils down to is dating. But he'd be on
Mm-hmm.
these dating sites, and women be misrepresenting themselves, or men be misrepresenting themselves. For example, some women say they're entrepreneurs, and they're the only employee.
Well, that makes them an entrepreneur, but not a boss.
Okay, okay.
You know what I'm
Uh,
saying?
yeah. Ace said he had a problem with women saying that they have beautiful children
Oh my,
because
yes.
he felt like that means
Morgan in the
either
building.
something in their life is wrong. Either the children are bad or she's bad.
What's up, MJ? Yeah, and me and him had talked about this the other day, right? Because he said it was still on his mind and people still was talking to him about it.
Right,
So I told him that I said you gotta look at it like this. You date this woman, she got kids, right?
right,
You go by a house, the kid is hitting you, not hitting you hard because it's the child, but like the example he gave. The next man that come behind him, what if he got kids and he see that behavior as cute and playful? He don't see
right,
it as a bad thing. He like, oh, this is
right,
just behavior of a kid. You know what I'm saying?
right,
Especially if it's a boy. So it's like that's why I told him it's just everybody experience is different. Now I think when we were talking, me and him came to the conclusion that it's more based of on the experience, right? On the whole thing. So good kid, bad situation. Because he kept saying, well, what if the baby daddy is bad? What if this is bad? I said, well, you should have said that when we was talking, what I'm saying, on the live that night to
right,
specify
right.
that
I
the
told him
situation as a whole could be bad, but that don't mean that she can't say her child or kids, if it's more than one, is beautiful.
right. We did talk. We talked about it. I think before you talked about it,
Mm-hmm.
and he said, "Tell me that you've never seen that." And I said, "Because me and said I have children, MJ too, because all three of us have children. If we see that, that's not necessarily a red flag. Said wouldn't be on a dating site, but
MJ
I
Hustle.
on
Right.
dating sites. I just don't. I'm not on the sites he's on,
Mm-hmm.
and." Like the story I told you, I met a woman and on a dating site, and she says she's a entrepreneur boss. She makes planners for single mothers to try to uh, try to manifest their dreams. That was her job.
Mm-hmm.
That's she went and got a doctor's degree so she could do that. Help single moms manifest their dreams. But in the same sentence, she said, "But I'm unemployed."
Mm.
How do you got a business but you're unemployed?
I mean, yeah, you are unemployed by somebody else. You know what I'm saying? But like you said, how you employed by yourself. You know what I'm saying? So, right. Um, Real quick. More, no, it's not that time of the month. Listen, these snacks, like I said, you know what I'm saying? These are mine. That's it. I just got to point this out real quick. That's it. These are mine. That's it. I like these, y'all. And this bag will last me probably 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Everything else for the family. You know what I'm saying? Like, we like this. And Tanya said, how does Lil Debbie help me out? I seen that. You think you snuck that one in. It helps me because everybody loves Lil Debbie. And if I can
Yeah,
walk past a snack that I like when I know I don't need to eat it, that helps build my discipline. That's all I was saying. But yeah, bro. Getting back to it,
I think dating sites are a waste of a time too. But
huh?
I think dating sites are a waste of time also.
Oh, somebody
But
said that.
yeah, but MJ said that. But
Okay, okay.
in today's climate, social media is a dating site. Maybe not everybody looking at it that way, but the only time you see new people,
Hmm.
if you unless you change up your routine every weekend, the only time you see new people is when you get online.
Right, right.
Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat. You see new people on these sites all the time. This
Absolutely.
becomes the new dating area.
Hmm. Hmm.
because you don't walk up and speak to people no more. Women feel like men are crazy if we speak to them, and they respond wrong. We act crazy, so men can't speak to women in public no more.
Right.
Um, Women don't speak to men in public, so in public people just walk by each other.
Right. Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
with that being said, I'm not saying that people don't put on for the dating sites. Like they don't
Hmm.
pretend to be somebody that they're not. But what I'm saying is, men ain't talked about this for a good moment. He said a lot of women want a certain thing. I said it's not a lot of women. Women that listen to social media want a certain thing
Right.
because it's
Right.
being programmed into their head that that's what they should like.
Hmm.
If a woman don't be on social media like that, or she use it just for fun, you know what I'm saying? Like her mind ain't warped. She don't have that perception of that man.
Well, it's and you're right because a lot of women who aren't heavily involved in social media, and I hate to say this, they tend not to have that feminist mindset because it's like the feminist mindset and social media run hand in hand. It runs hand in hand. That's the thinking that goes on online when you see the videos that a lot of the women, young ladies, whatever they status is, whatever. That's the type of message that they put out. You know, um, I don't need a man. Man, men ain't shit. Men are dogs. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what you see them
Yeah,
spewing all the time. That's the feminist mindset. And I made a comment today to one of my coworkers, and we laughed and joked. I said, "Man, that's birth control." He said, "What?" I said, "That controls the population." He said, "Why is that?" And it's because of what you just said, bro. People ain't speaking no more in public. Men walk right past women. Women walk right past men. You see what I'm saying? People ain't getting together having kids no more. And you hear both men and women openly say, "I don't want kids." So it's like this whole thing of, "Oh, live your life, be free," which I think is cool and great. But listen, that's a fairy tale. That's a fairy tale because a lot of them get slapped with reality right around 30 years old. They get slapped with
yeah,
reality and they be like, hold on, I thought it was a fairy tale. And like I said, this is both men and women.
right.
So, you know what I'm saying? But definitely the population takes a direct hit from men and women not speaking to each other no more, from the men not wanting to engage the women out of fear of being curved and embarrassed. You know what I'm
It
saying? There's
does.
a
It
direct
does.
result of that. No kids or less kids. Where's the next generation coming from? You know what I'm saying? So it's like stuff like that that people don't look at it from that aspect, but it's like it plays a part. When they tried the food and the food didn't work, and then they tried birth control, then they tried the water. You see what I'm saying? Like all these tactics are documented and it didn't work. But
Right.
social media is working. Social
Right.
media is the one thing, the one tool that they had that is gonna keep that gap going that way as opposed to coming together.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Um, mhm. Oh, okay. I was just gonna say when it keeps the gap growing, when you have people like Kevin Samuels, who I like, you know what I'm saying? He was rough, he was edgy and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I didn't agree with everything, but point being, they push him and keep him going out there, right? They're keeping him out, even though the man been past almost 2 years, almost 3 years now at this point, almost.
two
So
or three. Yeah.
two is I know he's like two and some months, right? So,
Hmm.
but I'm saying if you look at his video, they still popular, they still trending. Anybody who posted Kevin Samuels video, they getting clicks and views. You see what I'm
Right.
saying? And even though I think that people didn't understand that he was speaking to men, to women, if that makes sense. A lot of his clients and stuff, the ones that went viral were women, right? But the message that he was telling those women, that message was for men. Men were supposed to pick up on what he was saying to these women so that we can better ourselves. And I'm talking about the ones who not married, the ones who don't have kids, the ones who don't see things a certain way. And that's what they didn't get. They just got, oh, here go a guy in a nice suit. He dressed nice. He talked to women a certain way. Oh, I'm gonna do that. And it's like y'all missed the whole point of what he was saying. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's why I didn't agree with everything he said because sometimes he didn't take the time to distinguish that. You know what I'm saying? He just ran with it. He was like, "Oh, if y'all like me, y'all like me." So sometimes he didn't distinguish. You know what I'm saying? The two.
They the comments is going crazy.
Okay, go
Jared
ahead.
said he don't have those problems. Socially adapt said you're not supposed to drink that. We boycott old boy.
Oh, you know what? Nah, you right. Hey, I appreciate the checking. Who said that, bro? Who said that?
Socially adapt.
Socially adept. I appreciate the checking. Appreciate that. I mean, I'm gonna drink the rest of this cup, but I'm saying I appreciate that. I appreciate that. No more after this cup.
Oh man. I mean, you already got it in the house. You might as well finish it.
Well, like I normally get the clear, like I said, for my wife, because
Okay.
she don't drink a lot, and that clear lasts her a long time. You know what I'm saying? So
Okay.
I was
Okay.
like, man, let me
Okay.
help her out. You
All
know?
right.
Yeah.
Um, but yes, I guess the most important thing that A said to me that resonated
Uh huh.
was I'm on these dating sites. If I tell a woman what I don't like, and I'm supposed to be the guy that they like,
Hmm.
why wouldn't you change your profile to fit what I like?
And it's right, and it's funny because he said when we were talking, right, he used the same thing, and I told him this. I said, what if somebody see your bio, they see that you was a model, they see you were sponsored by Ciroc. What if they see that and be like, oh, alcoholic? Because they had experiences with men who drink in the past. You see what I'm saying? So it's
Hmm.
like everybody can say that even though they don't know him to judge him like that. And
Right.
they don't know that this was a sponsorship that he had. This ain't
Right.
because he just drink all the time, you know. So like I was trying to tell him, you got to give people a chance sometimes. And he was like, well, yeah, I did, but that's where his ideas of people don't need to be saying beautiful kids come from because he actually gave someone a chance. But I'm like, bruh, just because you gave one person a chance don't mean that that's everybody.
Well, he said 14 out of 20 ended the same way that said they had beautiful kids.
I mean, but I think it was more the situation as opposed to the kids because, like I
Well,
told him,
well, he's not saying that the kids are bad. He says in
mm-hmm,
most cases when they say that the kids are good, they're
mm-hmm,
deflecting something else in their life that's bad. The woman could be bad. The baby daddy could be bad.
right, and that's more so of what he's saying. You know what I'm saying? The situation is more so what he's saying. The situation wasn't good. The situation wasn't conducive to how he like his relationship to be, and I can
Right.
understand that. But you
Right.
can't tell nobody that they wrong for saying that they got beautiful kids. You know what I'm saying?
No, you
Like,
can't.
no different than you can tell somebody they wrong for saying they're a beautiful person. Like speaking of themselves, like you can't do that.
MJ Hustle said it's only our people that's at war with each other. No other race that I know are having the same issues we have it. And I
That's true.
agree. I
That's
agree
true.
to a point that we're the most influential
Hmm.
people around the world, and we're the most influenced people at the same time.
Yep. Absolutely.
So when people ask me, like, how is it possible that Wilt Chamberlain scored 100 points and had the
Allegedly.
most assists that game? I said,
Allegedly.
how is it possible that we influence the whole world and yet we're still influenced by other shit too? And with the Kevin Samuels thing, I liked him. I didn't have no problem with him because
Me
I
neither.
seen both sides of it.
Hmm.
But a lot of people have picked up that Kevin Samuels rhetoric and they're not using it right. Like,
Exactly. Yes.
um, no Fugazi or no Fugazi. He
Hmm.
uses it wrong. Rico uses it wrong. Um, Fresh and Fit used it wrong. Like a lot of people took it and ran with it the wrong way. Even
Hmm.
Andrew Tate ain't saying what they're trying to spin him to be saying.
Hmm.
He's just saying if there's a woman out there that you want, work hard on you, become the person that you really want to be, and then reapproach that woman and see
Hmm.
don't she like you now.
Right. Right.
That's all he was saying.
Right.
He wasn't saying, treat women like shit, work hard on yourself, have multiple girlfriends, multiple wives, treat them all like shit because you're a man, you're the prize. Like the Rico shit is you're the prize. And I don't feel like because, I think MJ said it to me today. MJ said, if you the prize, where's the prize winner at?
And that goes to exactly. So, well, I look at it like this, because I agree with that, right? You know how like men the prize, men the prize. Well, that ain't been how we was taught throughout millennia, right? So it's gonna be hard for people to just break this notion that okay, now all of a sudden men are the prize when we was always taught that women are the prize. You know what I'm saying? Men, get yourself together, do what you got to do to go try to find a woman, right? And I understand the concept of men being the prize, meaning that man is on his game, he got his shit together. I get that concept and it makes sense, right? But to
Mm-hmm.
try to switch up and change what we've been doing for thousands of, what I'm saying, upon thousands of years, what I'm saying, like throughout the caveman days, the man always tried to you know what I'm saying, be on his game so he can get the woman. Back then, being on your game and being the strongest and toughest so you can fight it out. You know what I'm saying? But that's just the nature of men. That's just what we do. You know what I'm saying? And it speaks directly to the title of what you were saying, misrepresentation or representation. You see what I'm saying? It speaks directly to that. But that's the nature of a man. You know what I'm saying? To do that, we've done that.
Now,
So, go ahead.
don't get me wrong. I know I said it on the channel before. I'm not a Christian. I'm not an avid reader of the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
But I read in the Bible over the last month
Mm-hmm.
that women are to find a husband.
Mm-hmm.
A husband is supposed to be him,
Mm-hmm.
and they're supposed to impress him so that he wants to marry them.
Right.
Not
Right.
we impress them and then we marry them. It's not supposed to be like that.
Right.
Says the Bible.
Right. Well, okay. And the Bible also, like, okay, first let me say this to go along with what you said, right? I'm not big into religion at all. At all. Don't have a problem saying that. I have a lot of spiritual beliefs, borderline religious beliefs. I have religious homeboys who keep me abreast on stuff and, you know what I'm saying, keep me blessed and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Um, Damn, now I forgot where I was going with it. What you just said?
I said in the Bible it says that
Okay,
she's supposed to impress him,
right. Okay, so in the
so he
Bible it
chooses to
says,
marry her.
right, because in the Bible it says, he who finds a wife finds a good thing. He who finds a wife finds a good thing, right?
But how
So,
do you find it? She got
but
to be standing out. She
and
got
I
to
was just
be
about to say, she has to be
okay.
what is
Okay.
being found. She has to be found. Back in the day, right? Back in the like 1800s, 1900s, right around the turn, you know what I'm saying? When photography and all that shit and photographs start becoming a thing, women would drop their handkerchief when they walk past the man. They drop their handkerchief on purpose, so the man can pick it up and say, "Hey, excuse me, miss, how you doing?" Right? That was her letting it be known. I want to be found. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
He had to pick up on that sign. Once again, you got to be aware enough of what's going on. Like, she's making her move, she's shooting her shot, so to speak, by walking past you and dropping that handkerchief so you can pick it up and say, "Hey, excuse me," and initiate this conversation. You see what I'm saying? So,
Mm-hmm.
absolutely. So once again, when you look at it from that concept and you start talking about prize, you see what I'm saying? Now it takes on a whole new different turn, a whole new different twist.
All right. Socially Adapt said our conditioning has us conditioned. Tanya
Yep.
says Kevin Samuels is not a good representation for any man or woman. MJ
Disagree.
Hustle said this generation ain't taking marriage seriously. They just
Nope.
want a title.
Yep.
And Tanya wanted to correct me and
Mm-hmm.
said, when a man find a wife, he find a good thing. Dissy, that's wrong. Samuels and Tate, men and women confused.
Disagree with that too.
Okay.
And I think that's the problem because people don't like the fact that Andrew Tate, as well as Kevin Samuels, two different styles of doing it, but they both are about masculinity. Because
And
a
there's
lot of
nothing
people,
wrong with
and
masculinity.
that's what I'm saying, but a lot of these people, especially feminists, they want to squash masculinity. They want masculinity to be seen as a bad thing. So when you have an Andrew Tate who coming out, Andrew Tate was just bold and brash with it, right?
That's
Kevin
it.
Samuels had on a suit and a tie. You see what I'm saying? Even though his delivery was kind of harsh, but it wasn't as bold and brash as an Andrew Tate. You see what I'm saying? They had to take Andrew Tate off the market for a second. They tried to arrest this man and book him for life, but they couldn't get it done. And I'm glad
Right.
they wasn't able to get it done. But I'm just saying they tried to because his way
Yeah,
was
they
too
did try.
bold. It was too bold. It was too bold in your face. Kevin Samuels, like I said, suit and tie, glasses. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
when a man is clean cut the way he was and could talk the way he did, you can get away with saying a whole lot more shit as opposed to standing on the rooftop and yelling that shit. You know what I'm saying? People don't like
Yeah.
that bold, brash black man because Andrew Tate is black. So they didn't like that. And he shouted that out too. He stayed saying he black. His dad is black.
Yeah.
He
His
you know, he
sister's
would
black.
talk about that. So, it's certain things that they ain't like about that shit. But I'm a fan of Andrew Tate. Absolutely. Because he talks about a man being a man. Now he's not talking about being disrespectful. He always talking about giving respect to women. All his interviews, he respect every woman. You can see it who interviews him.
He
When he
did.
talked to women, he showed them respect all the
He
time.
did.
But just because he's bigging up masculinity, don't mean that he's downing femininity.
I think Andrew Tate made a statement once when he was on Pearly Things.
Mm-hmm.
He said,
What the heck?
sorry about that.
Are you good?
Yeah. Andrew Tate said, he said, damn, I lost my thought.
Okay.
He said, he said women want men to want them because of the things women want. But he's telling you as a man, these
Yes.
are the things that men want or that
Yes.
we feel are important that a
Mm-hmm.
woman should either not cater to, but be aware of if she's looking for a good man in her life.
Mm-hmm.
And I
Absolutely.
don't think that's wrong.
No, me neither. Me neither. Um,
Socially,
somebody just
socially said, I'm not an advocate of high value or low value. That's some Kelly Blue Book philosophy.
hmm. Um, now, at first, when I first started hearing about that concept, I thought the same thing until I understand that it's real.
Yeah.
It's real, whether we agree with it or not. It's real. It's a thing. There are different levels and different, you know what I'm saying? And people will treat you as such.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's real. It
It
is a
is.
such thing as a high value man. You know what I'm saying? A person who makes a certain type of money. It just is, or a woman who makes a certain type of money. It just is what it is, y'all. This is real. That's why I said what Kevin Samuel, the stuff Kevin Samuel was talking about is real shit. It is stuff that we need to know about. Single people definitely need to know about their ranking in the dating market, like he always talked about. That part is real, y'all. You know what I'm saying?
It
Like
is.
it was a lot of information that he put out that was spot on. How he
Right.
delivered it was what y'all didn't like. But the
Right.
information itself was very, very crucial, and a lot of people missed it. People be
They
wondering
did.
why they don't get the type of man that they want. But then when you're doing this, and this is what you are attracting. Hell yeah, Kelly Blue Book philosophy. Hell yeah. People
People
treat you how
treat
you
you how
allow them to
you
treat you.
allow them to treat you. Yeah, they do.
Absolutely. And that's what Kevin
But
Samuel would talk about too.
based on who you pretend to be,
Mm-hmm.
people treat you that way too. They treat you how you allow them, but they treat you whoever you pretend to be. So if
And
you walk in a room like you're a stone cold killer, ain't nobody gonna say nothing to you because you stone cold. And then a
yes,
mouse running there and you jump up on the table, oh my God, it's a mouse. They gonna look at you totally different.
yes, your perception dictates the type of treatment that you require from people. Your perception of yourself automatically dictates the type of treatment that people are going to give you. Excuse me, that you require from people. So, like you said, if you walk in as a man, and I mean a man, head high, chest out, you know what I'm saying? Not
Mm-hmm.
disrespectful, just as a man, people would treat you as such. If you walk in like a thug, people gonna treat you like a thug, meaning they gonna be standoffish. They gonna want to talk to you or be around you. They gonna have this
Right,
negative perception about you because that's how you think about yourself. If
right.
you come in there like you a straight up businessman, suit and tie businessman, people gonna treat you as such because that's how you
Yep.
see yourself. So that's why it's important that we have a high self worth, a high self value, so we can carry that when you know what I'm saying when we walk in a room. I know I be demanding respect with my walk when I come into a room because I know I'm gonna give it. You know what I'm saying? I
Right.
know I'm gonna give respect, so I know I'm gonna demand it back. And if you don't give it to me, then I know where we stand, and now I know how to treat you. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
it's crucial, man. The representation that you have of yourself. If you come in there meek and shy like a little mouse, people gonna treat you like that. A pushover, a run over. If you go in there
Yeah.
too strong, people gonna give you blowback. Pause. They gonna be like, "Oh, he think he tough. Let me see how tough he is,"
Exactly.
because you went in there too strong. But if you go in there chill on some cool, on some laid back vibe, they gonna be like, "Oh man, such and such cool as hell." It's all about your representation.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, it's something like that.
The melon booth in the background here. Yeah, this I got an image in my head, that so-called hard dude jumping up on that table. I hate masculinity that is boxed in. Ditto for femininity. Absolutely. Mr. Dillard, that is very true. People treat you how you allow them to treat you. Hell yeah, I've always hated the
And walk away
entrepreneur
from
back in the
them.
day.
Limit
That
people
girl.
you allow in your life. Yeah.
Yeah, that shit is true. That's so true. And the way you allow people to treat you is going. It directly speaks to how you see yourself. Directly,
It
directly.
does.
You can say it don't, but it do. You know what I'm saying? And it's like if you see yourself in a certain light, they gonna see you in that light. You know, it just is what it is.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
Mm. Wow, 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 wow. That's
So
mhm,
have y'all ever ran across any misrepresentations in y'all life? If y'all have, speak on it.
absolutely misrepresentation. You met somebody and they ain't who they said they was. And I ain't talking about a small thing. We talking about a big thing. They just lied all the way through. You know what I'm saying? They told you they was, I don't know, and then it ended up being something totally different. My circle
Right.
is small. My circle is very small too. They're very small. Absolutely. Yep. I used to
Yeah.
run with a bunch of people, and it's funny
Mm.
because the way my life played out, of course, me being my dad's child, it played out the same way his did. You know what I'm saying? We're letting friends go at a certain age or a certain point in your life, and it's funny. It's ironic. I guess since I seen him do it, I was like, oh, that's how you cut people out your life. You know what I'm
It
saying?
helps. It helps
Yeah,
to have a blueprint to look at.
yeah, yeah.
Because I know me. I didn't kept some people in my life that I should have gave up on a long time ago. But
Mm-hmm.
you
Mm-hmm.
know,
It is being straight, but we're bisexual. Somebody represent themselves as being straight, but we're bisexual. Absolutely, stuff like that. Stuff like that. I don't want to speak for women, but I'll speak for men. For men, that is flabbergasting to us. To have
mm,
somebody in our inner circle that we think is straight, you know what I'm saying? And we're not knocking that. So don't get it twisted because if you like that, that's your thing. But I'm saying for somebody who we
but it
thought
would
was a
catch
certain way,
fellas off guard. Yes, it
yeah,
would.
it
It
just
would
catches
be
off
a
guard. Right. And
yeah.
you be like, wait, what? You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. And to most men, bisexual is gay. Sorry. I'm just being honest, y'all. I don't want y'all don't come for me. You know what I'm saying? Don't come for me. A lot of
Yes,
people,
yes. A lot of people.
you a care bear, bro.
Oh
Oh,
boy,
wow.
that's my brother, man. That's my
Right,
brother.
right,
He
right.
would know. He would know. If anybody knew, he would know.
Man,
I'm
that's
gonna stop being a Care Bear, blood. I'm
I
yeah. I'm a wild out on one.
mean, but you be having a lot of people who misrepresent themselves. And since you said it earlier, let's jump back on it. Bosses, people who say that they bosses, and you work for yourself by yourself. You're not a boss. I'm not being funny, but you work for yourself by yourself. That's like uboof. You know what I'm talking about? That ain't even fubu. You know what I'm talking about? For us by us. No, that's for you by you. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm.
But uh what's happening? What's happening, Seneca? How you doing?
What's up, fam?
But yeah, man, that's one of those type things, man. If you got your own business, right? Congratulations, but you are not a boss. You can't say you're a boss. You can say you're an entrepreneur. You can legitimately say that, but you can't say you're a boss. A boss by definition means to have employees. By definition,
At
means to
least
have
one
right, at least one, right. And if you work by yourself,
for
mm,
yourself.
for yourself, right,
The only person you bossing around is
it's
yourself.
you, right. So, I mean, if you just want to say that, then okay. But people know what's happening, and don't get mad if somebody say something behind your back and you hear about it.
You
Somebody
a
say,
boss
"I'm a
blood.
boss." That's what I'm talking
All
about.
right.
You a boss, boss up. You got employees. That's what's happening. That's what's up. I ain't mad. I mean, I ain't mad at nobody out there getting their grind. You know what I'm saying? And doing. Oh, I got employees. That's what I'm talking about. I got employees in different area codes. That's how
Yeah.
I go. I do that every day. But yeah, that's what it's about, y'all. Representation, like me and Dis always say, because we both fans of Jay-Z. You are who you are before you got here.
You got here. Yeah. Yeah.
Understand that, y'all. You are who you are before
Or
you got here.
not. It was written.
You know what I'm saying? So when you think about that, y'all, you think about representation. It's hard to be somebody you not be for who you not for a long time. It's hard to be somebody you not for a long time. You might get away with it being around a group of people once, maybe even twice. But after a while, somebody in that group gonna start peeping out. Hey, the such and such be trying too hard, or they, you know what I'm saying, they this,
Mm-hmm.
they that, or whenever you ask them a direct question about this, they always misdirect. Somebody gonna start peeping it out because it's hard to
Yeah.
be fake and phony around a group of people more than
It
once or
is.
twice.
It is.
You know what I'm saying? Because you are who you are before you got there. Accept it. And you'd be surprised how many people accept you. You'd
Yeah.
be surprised. You know how many people told me, man, I rock with said, man. And I'm talking about stone cold, reputable people. Let's say that.
Mm-hmm.
We know Sad ain't like such and such, but yeah, he can come kick it with us. Because when I was around them, I ain't try to be like them. You know what I'm saying? I ain't try to be who they were. No, I was just cool. I represent just the regular side of life to them. So they ain't mind me having around because it gave them a dose of just regular life. Okay, cool. Be who you are. Be who you are. As
Hypocrites in
Christian,
church,
mm-hmm.
dare I say, it's cause of what's run many away. I've discovered most people love God but dislike church. True.
Yep,
True. True.
absolutely, absolutely.
As
A lot to
as my brother would say, they tell you that believing in other gods is wrong. They tell you that having altars and worshiping deities is wrong.
mm-hmm.
But when you go to church, there's a deity that has an altar built to it that you worship.
Hmm.
So if it's wrong when they do it, why is it not wrong when you do it?
That's true. Um, I agree. I think, and like I said, this topic once we get into religion and Christianity, especially, it becomes real touchy
Well, I'm
because
not just saying Christianity. I'm just saying in
well,
general,
no, I
religion
understand.
versus spirituality. They'll
Mm-hmm.
say that that's witchcraft or voodoo or hoodoo or whatever you want to call it, but
Mm-hmm.
you do the same thing.
Right. No, I,
That's
I
just
I
like
agree with you.
Ja Rule saying 50 came and told you that he was singing, then he sung to you the same way, and you said, okay, I like it.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. 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 It's the same thing, bro. But when it comes to church, though, like I was saying, that's such a touchy topic. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people who are Christians, they don't want to accept or believe, or believe not a good word. They don't want to accept certain facts. Facts. You know what I'm saying? That's going on. So when you try to talk to them about that, they just shoot it off, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
and ain't nothing wrong with that. If you don't want to talk about it, then that's cool. But there are some people who do want to talk about it. There are people who
right,
are Christians who find out about certain things, and it's like, oh, it becomes more eye opening. And then you start to expand on that learning, and you learn more, and you learn more. Then you meet other people who open your eyes to other things, and these are
right.
factual things. You see what I'm saying? Um, and if it ain't for you, it ain't for you. No problem. But when you
True.
look at what's going on in the church and how the church is being ran and stuff like that, a lot more people are starting to become more spiritual based than
Yeah,
religion based. You see it,
yeah.
and you be wondering why, but it's like
Why
because
not?
they
Yeah.
becoming awakened or enlightened to certain facts about it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You start
Yeah.
to understand, like if I said, okay, the Bible came from ancient Sumerian tablets, folks can be like, oh, that's blasphemy. Said, I thought you believed in God. Well, I do, but I'm just saying, like, you know what I'm saying? And when you start to have facts and shit like that, and you learning more and more things, you can't deny the truth.
Right.
You can't. I'm just
That's
saying,
true.
you can't you can't deny the truth, bro. And that's how you got to look at it, and you accept it for what it is.
Yeah.
Mm. But Some people be like, "Oh, that's blasphemy," and I don't knock people who believe what they believe. That's why I don't knock no type of religious belief. I don't care what you believe in, what you read. I don't
All
listen
right.
to heathens or atheists. Okay, cool. There's nothing wrong with you not listening to heathens or atheists. Nothing wrong with that. But would you
But
listen
your
to a
preacher could
preacher?
have been a heathen back in the day.
No, but my question to Tanya would be this: would you listen to a preacher who said the same thing? Would you listen to a preacher who gave you 100% facts? That's my question to you, Tanya. Since you don't listen to heathens or atheists, would you listen to a preacher who gave you the same facts and more? Would you listen to him or her?
It's a good question.
You see what I'm saying? Because people say that. Well, I don't listen to them. Well, what if it was one of your own? What if one of your own who's saying this? Who like he or she is one of them type preachers who telling the whole truth and nothing but the truth.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Would you listen to them? Spirituality Before Religion is a great book. I need to check that out too.
Okay.
Really do. Spirituality Before Religion. Absolutely. A preacher
A
called by
preacher,
God. Once
not
again,
all of them.
I'm
Not
asking,
all
would
of
you
them.
listen to him? Huh?
Not all of them.
Not all of
Not
them.
all of them.
What do you mean? Wait.
She said a preacher is called by God. Not all of them.
Oh, absolutely not. Right. Absolutely not. Yeah, man. Listen, you be having some of them guys who be in it just for the money and to get at women. You know what I'm saying? You hear about more. Matter. Do we want to have this conversation? Do we want to?
No, we don't. We don't. We don't. We
Okay.
don't. Misrepresentation. Misrepresentation.
Misrepresentation. Right. Right.
Misrepresentation.
Because yeah, uh-huh.
Don't follow that rabbit down that hole. Don't follow that
Ah,
rabbit down
facts,
that
facts.
hole.
Because got this drink in my cup. I'm just saying. Speaking of books, right? Let me ask y'all a question since we got a few people on here. Y'all, if we had a book club, would y'all participate in the book club? I just want to know because I like to read. My wife is the one who got me into reading. You know what I'm saying? The way I read, it's her fault.
What kind of books we gonna be reading?
I mean, like I said, I read some of like I like Eric Jerome Dickey. He do assassin books. He used to do like erotica, but his assassin
Okay.
stuff took off. You know what I'm saying? It really took.
Okay.
He passed away now though, but Gideon is assassin, and he got like probably 8 books on Gideon. It's real. I mean, and we can read other stuff, but I just want to know if we did that because I don't want them to be like, "What the hell are they doing with a book club?
Gideon.
Y'all
Gideon.
tripping."
Gideon. Why have I heard that name before? Gideon. Gideon.
Gideon, he was an assassin. True said, many that we encounter in the church are fascinated with traditional more so than truth. It's not horrible, but we lose. Hold on, okay, but we lose when we operate out of emotionalism and not Bible truth. That's true, and that's what I was saying though because I agree with that, right? But you have to look at and find out what Bible truth is. So when you read the verse in your Bible, look at the concordance number, then go back and find that scripture of the concordance number and give you a better understanding of the scripture that you just read. It tells you where that scripture came from. It's called a concordance number. You know what I'm saying? So I agree with you, but once again, we have to break down what's truth and what's stretched truth or fabricated truth or man's truth or you know what I'm saying? When you as a Christian, when you hear somebody say none of his disciples ever wrote none of the stuff in the book, Peter, Paul, Mark, you know what I'm saying? None of them ever wrote nothing.
True. They're not even real grave sites for those people.
How did stuff get in the book named after? You see what I'm saying? So it's like stuff like that, and you like, but if you ask that to somebody, they tell you, "Oh, blasphemy, blasphemy." You ain't supposed to ask that. You just got to believe 100%. It's like I'm asking these questions because I want to know who wrote this stuff. You see what I'm saying? So everybody around Jesus wrote stuff. Oh, so okay, so they didn't write it. So everybody around Jesus, around them, wrote stuff.
Which would make that a man, right? Or a woman, and not a prophet, apostle, or preacher. Correct? If the
Right.
people around, the apostles
Mm-hmm.
wrote books, but none of the apostles did it, that would
Mm-hmm.
make people that wrote the book.
Right. And right, yes, yes. And I see what you're saying, but that's all anointed or studied Bible. Even the people who wrote the Bible don't know why they okay, but what I'm saying is And you're right, Christian. And I appreciate you being on here too, and I definitely appreciate your words, man, for real. Um, when you start to look at the fact that, like I said, there's a theory that the Bible was taken from the ancient Sumerian tablets, right, that were found. So when you start looking back at that, then you want to question yourself and say, well, who wrote those ancient Sumerian tablets? You see what I'm saying? But then also when you start hearing other theories, and I'm talking about theories, y'all, and stuff like that. I ain't, this is just for discussion. When you start seeing stuff like December 25th is not Jesus' birthday, that's actually Horus's birthday, sun god. So when you start seeing stuff like that, and you be like, wait a minute, okay, so now let's go to the spirituals. So I gave you 3 examples. Now let's go to astrology, born in the manger, and all this other stuff. That actually was talking about the shape of the constellation and stuff. But I'm just saying,
No, the Dead Sea Scrolls were
so
letters. The Holy
exactly the Dead
Bible
Sea,
is
yeah.
not a Dead Sea Scroll.
Mm-hmm. Right. And that's what I'm saying, bro. So it's like stuff like that. And like, so let's say for somebody who's a staunch believer in whatever you believe in, then you start finding out all this other stuff. Now you sitting there confused. You don't know how to represent yourself.
Okay, I just got one question, and then
Okay.
I'm gonna leave this topic alone because I see this
Counselor
topic is trying
Nicaea.
to piss some
Okay.
people off. Um,
Yes, the Eye of Horus.
Mark Twain, real name was not Mark Twain.
Mm-hmm.
He wrote Huckleberry Finn based off of what he's seen. Are you saying those were not real people? Well, if I tell you that Huckleberry Finn was not a real person, he's about as real as David or Paul, you get mad.
Right.
But
Mm.
these are the things that this person's seen growing up. So
Right.
possibly the Bible could be the same thing of what people seen or heard growing up and they wrote it down in text.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because the Holy Bible is Roman. It's not Christian. It's not Jewish. The Torah is Jewish, but the Holy Bible is written by Romans, not Americans, not Africans. So, and why would God, last question, why would God have someone write about him as though he has human traits when he doesn't? That's it. That's all I'm giving y'all.
I mean, but it's a lot. You know what I'm saying? It's so many things that can be asked and questioned, right? So many people are waking up to a lot of things. Um, Let me see. Hold on. Writing was a way of the time as YouTubers today. Letter writers, observers of the time were chronicling what they saw. 4 writers in different places wrote about the same event and it correlated. That's true. No, we agree with that. But okay, to that I would say this, right? Because one, I agree with what you just said. They were writing what they saw, right? But the same way they said people were struck by leprosy, we know it today to be cancer, to be a heart attack, to be whatever, to be what you see what I'm saying? To be a very specific sickness. So yes, they were writing what they saw, but they didn't know what they saw. Another case in point would be, and once again, y'all, this is not said saying this is just said moving the conversation, pushing the conversation along. Um, what if somebody told you the parting of the Red Sea was just the tide rolling in and out? They wrote what they saw. Somebody with knowledge of the sea would know when to cross a body of water, when the tide pull in, when the tide roll out. So if this man knew that and crossed this particular stretch of water, when the tide pulled back and he can cross it, you see what I'm saying? But this person was just writing what they seen, and what they seen was a man put a staff in the water and walk across it. So they was writing what they seen, and I'm just saying, I'm giving you an example of what if. I'm not saying this, so please don't quote me on this, y'all. It's just a what
Or
if,
turn
something
the
to think
staff
about.
into a snake.
Well, but people are just writing what they seen. So
Right,
if you
right.
got,
But I'm just
if
saying, like turning a staff into a snake.
oh yeah, exactly, right. So things of what they seen. So if they see him walk across this, but he has knowledge of this, then okay, then yeah, you see, and stuff like that, y'all. I'm not trying to disprove anything. Tanya keep talking about we trying to teach her scriptures and all this other stuff. No, we not. No, we not. But that don't mean we can't talk about none of this stuff. And you got to understand that, Tanya. Okay, we can talk about it. We have an opinion on it.
A lot of things are misrepresented in the Bible. You have to interpret things that they were saying.
Mm-hmm.
And like said, they were describing things that to the best of their ability of what it
Hmm.
was. If
Hmm.
you take those same things and put them in today's time, there's a logical, scientific explanation for why everything happens the way it does.
Absolutely. And
And
mhm,
if you if Tanya believes that the Bible's written in Ethiopia in 4th AD, then that means you believe in 13 months, each having 28 days.
mm, so we shouldn't be in 2024 because Ethiopia isn't in 2024. But let me say this too, though, because I want to ask people what they think about this. I'm not sure the year, but it was in modern times. I want to say like in the 90s, early 90s. A group of people went and visited this tribe. This tribe had never seen outside people before. They landed on an airplane, brought these people food, supplies, shelter, clothes, water, all this other stuff, right? When the people left, the inhabitants of the island built a shrine to them and called them gods. They just wrote what they saw. A plane, a big ass thing that they didn't know what it was, came out the sky and brought them food and clothes and left. That's God to them. They just wrote what they saw and built the shrine to what they saw. Can anybody tell them that they wrong? You see what I'm saying? Because what they seen was, oh, we prayed for help. We prayed to our gods. And they answered by sending this big ass aircraft we never seen. But guess what? It was food on there and water and clothes and shelter. And then they left and left us with all this good stuff. Praise them. You see what I'm saying? So you see how they just are writing or building what they saw. I'm just saying, y'all. Something to think about, y'all. That's all I'm saying, y'all. I'm not trying to, no. I just, when we talk about representation and stuff like that, you have to have a spirit of discernment.
Because I've been binge watching YouTube and TikTok late in the evening, and it said that aliens been here, but
Mhm.
what we call aliens were
Thank you,
angels
Seven.
falling down to earth or coming down to earth, granting us knowledge and uh, 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 inspirations, not inspirations, uh, means of living. And they say now that we have gotten to a state where we can comprehend, we'll see these things a lot clearer.
Hmm.
Um,
Boom. Somebody just said Anunnaki. Seven. Talk about the Anunnaki. Absolutely. Absolutely. Check out the tribe of Centennial Island and their interaction with the outside world. That is a great example. Boy, Chris, boy, he be coming through when I need him to. I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate the young fella right there, man. That's a great young man right there, y'all. Christian Campbell, that's a great young man. Absolutely. That tribe right there, that is a great example right there. Anybody from the outside world to go to that tribe, they get attacked. Any boat, helicopter, and they throwing spears and bow and arrows.
that's
And
the
we
that's
talking
the
about
tribe
currently
that's the
2024.
tribe that's on an own island by itself, and you're not allowed to go there on your own risk and something like that. So
Yes,
they kill all visitors.
everybody. They officially, I want to say officially, I think they belong to India. India said, listen, officially, y'all on y'all own, y'all by yourself, do your thing. And it's been like this for like hundreds of years. Nobody can
Mm-hmm.
go to this island.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody. It's been people who tried to go and came up missing. Papua New Guinea, absolutely. Some parts of Papua New Guinea as well, absolutely. Um, like I said, y'all, when you start, because so many, and I'm going back, y'all. I'm going back. So many people are afraid to question anything about religion. They are not going to question it. They're just going to learn it. Another question for you: why you start going to church? Did you start going because your mama just took you? That's
Why do
something
you
you can
start or stop?
start. Start.
You start going because
Your mama
somebody of
take
an
you,
older
or your
age
folks.
said you
Yeah,
had to go.
yeah.
Yeah.
So is
So
that
that was
part of
never your choice. It
that's
was something that
that's what I'm
was
saying.
bestowed upon you from a young age, and then you get older and you just grow in the way, or you
Mhm.
grow out of the way.
And that's what I was saying right there. Like you just said it. It's never your choice. For most of us, it's never our choice. Critical
Right.
thinking tonight. I'm loving it. Absolutely. All about critical thinking. My granny took me. Exactly. My granny took me. My auntie took me. My mama took me. My dad took me here on here tonight, so absolutely. But it's like we're never given a choice, and that's
It's
what
just
you have to
something that's
look at.
passed along.
Right? It's just something that's just passed along, passed. And I always ask this question. I always ask this question. Um, Now this one is a little bit edgy, but why would the people who put us through so much give us the keys to heaven? Being the Bible, they say the Bible is the key to heaven. Our oppressor is the one who I hate to say this beat Christianity into us. Why would he give us the key
Well,
to heaven?
well, see, that one I do know. That was because when they transported slaves from wherever they came from in the eastern continents to the western continents, the slaves were jumping overboard or killing themselves because they didn't want to be enslaved. So they
Mhm.
said, hey, you have a God. He's going to protect you in 400 years. You're going to be free. So as long as they read that I'm going to be free shit, sorry,
Hmm.
they went along with what was being coerced, hoping
Right,
that any day now could be the day that they're free. Not knowing how long the one before them were enslaved and not knowing how long the one after them would be enslaved. Just hoping that the very next day would be the 400th day of the 400th year and you'd be free.
right, right. Mm. Wow.
But
I
I
mean,
mean, we all have questions. And if you never ask these questions, are you are you really using your brain or are you just following what a trend is? Because everything in life, from as long as I've been living 40 some years, have been trends. Um, in the 70s, it was big hair, uh, live free, love free. In the 80s, it was drugs. In the 90s, it was it was
more drugs.
clout, clout. It was clout in the 90s
Hmm.
or stupidity, people doing stupid stuff just to be famous. You know, Jackass came out, Real World came out. That's the 90s. 2000s is a generation that they said was lost, and 2020 is proven to be the destruction of it all.
Absolutely. That's when everything falls apart. Um, and you're right. Going back for a second, once again, as a child, if you ever go to church and then they ask you or you question anything, they don't answer those questions. Like Sam said, those questions just get shut down. Nobody has answers for them. They tell you ain't supposed to be thinking like that. And it's like, so you telling me I can't think about what I'm being taught? You know what I'm saying? Like this man is standing up, or woman is standing up here teaching this to me. So you telling me I can't question none of this stuff? And if I do
When you're in
question,
school, when you're in
nobody
school, they you ask questions, they give you answers.
right. So why
Why
can't
does
they?
2 plus 2 equal
Right,
4?
right, and
If
then
you
they can
have
tell you
two, and I give
right.
you two,
They can be like,
now you have
word,
4.
yep. So I
Tanya, I
need to
got a
know.
question for you. Why would God create a being that is just as powerful as him, but cast him away because he hates people?
Mm,
Like, that's like a king. That's like, why would a king have an underline that could be as powerful of a king as he can? Now, I understand the son because the son has to grow up one day and become the powerful king. But why
hmm.
would a king have a man standing next to him that could be a king too? He just chooses not to be, or you choose him not to be. That doesn't sit right with me.
I can see that. Um, I don't. That's a good question. I mean, but it, I don't know. Is the king old? You know what I'm saying? So he just trying to find a rightful suitor to replace him. That's a good question. I don't know.
I
When I
mean,
hear that,
but a
I gotta
king
really
a
look
king's
into it.
rightful suitor is his son,
True, assuming he has one.
assuming he has one.
True.
If in case he doesn't, his wife or his daughter become queen
But
until they marry a man and he becomes king
well, if he don't have a son,
by default.
it goes to his brother. It goes to the brother first. Well,
by
it goes to the
default.
son first, and then the brother. Yeah, yes, son first. You don't have no son to go to the next brother in line. Yep. People hate when someone is curious about something and want to know the truth because that's true. People hate that. And people hate when it comes from kids. When kids are asking questions that they never asked themselves, or they was always too afraid to ask. You know what I'm saying? It's like you can't get mad because your son or daughter want to know something that you told, excuse me, that you told them to learn. So they went and learned it. And guess what come with learning? Questions. So now that they have questions, they can't ask about them. They can't ask you, well, what's up with this talking snake? They can't ask you that. And the reason they can't ask you that because you don't know, because you've never asked anybody else. So now you want to squash that within them. Why? If you're telling them to learn this, let them ask those questions so they can shine more in whatever it is that you're trying to get them to learn. If it's religion or whatever, they can shine more by knowing answers to questions, and you can bring in more people. My homeboy, right? Y'all hear me talk about him all the time. Very religious. Me and him knew each other for probably 2 years before he even invited me to come to church. You see what I'm saying? For 2 years before he even said anything and invited me to come to church. That's how you're supposed to do it. You see what I'm saying? You don't force what you're doing on somebody else. You let them see it shine through you. You see what I'm saying? Then you be wondering, like, damn, why, bro, carry yourself like that? Like, bro, what you on? What you got going on? And then they tell you. And then you can take it upon yourself whether or not you want to, partake in that particular thing or not.
Kenya, I'm not a people pleaser, and I'm not worldly, but I am of this world. Um, Secondly, like it, it's cool to believe. That's what the trend is. That's the follow to believe. To believe and not question is irrational because if you can't question something that you're told to believe in, why do you believe it? Like
Hmm. Hmm.
if you ask me about gangs, and I gave you a inception, perception, reality, and logic base, you can't say, damn, he was just saying that because he following the train. I stopped being a Christian because I converted to Islam. But in converting, I went through a time period where I went to church.
Hmm.
I went to church every Sunday. I heard the same 20 some chapters over and over repeated. I asked the preacher one time, how come everything you just said is contradicted in one book? He said, what do you mean? I said, you say the Ten Commandments say you're not supposed to kill, not supposed to steal, adultery's wrong, disobeying your parents is wrong, but you got Ecclesiastics that says there's a time and a season for everything. Time to kill, time to steal, a time to heal, and a time to be peaceful. But that book by itself, that chapter contradicts everything else in the Bible, and
Hmm.
it's in the Bible.
Hmm.
So how you gonna tell me am I a believer or non-believer? This is in your Bible, the Bible that you say you believe in, that you worship.
Hmm.
It's in there. I didn't put it in there. I didn't write something over it. I didn't scribble over nothing and say, hey, I'm gonna add my own insert. It's in the
Right. It's it.
Holy King James. It's in all of them.
New living and all that. Yeah.
Woman's in whatever the man's. It's in all of them. Even the kids ones. It's in. So when you say you're of this, and I ask you, well, how come that? And you can't explain it to me without saying that I'm not being a Christian or I'm not a believer or I'm not a follower. Would you rather be sheep or
Mm.
prey?
Mm. Absolutely.
Because sheep
Absolutely.
follow, but sheep are also prey.
I agree. Yeah. Yeah. It's definitely one of those things. Um, Lucifer was never as powerful as God. He was cast out because he decided to oppose God. God gives free will to all. If he didn't, would it be love or would it be force? That was a
Okay.
question for you, Diz.
Okay. Quick question to him. And Lucifer may not have been as powerful, but when Lucifer took 13 angels with him and they had a war against Michael and other archangels, they almost won. So how do you almost win unless you're as powerful?
I got a question too.
Am I? Tell me I'm wrong now. Did not? Is it not written words that say he almost won?
Yeah, yeah.
How do you almost win if you're not as powerful? You smarter?
Hmm.
You faster?
More cunning, more. I mean, oh,
Did he pull a Troy? Did he sneak himself in and surprise him?
my question too would be first hit the like button too, y'all. Smash the like button. My question would be this though: how do you get the name Lucifer? Hmm. Okay, listen, y'all. Listen, because you have to start understanding certain things, right? When you understand that his name wasn't Lucifer.
Just
Once
like his
again,
name
when you
one Jesus.
when you go back to the Bible, original, I ain't talking about this new translation and all the other stuff. Lucifer ain't even in the Bible, right? The word, I mean, the word or the name, pardon me, is not even in there. Um, maybe now because the new translation in King James and all this other stuff. But point being, go back and find out the story of how the name Lucifer. No, I'm gonna tell y'all the story real quick, real quick. Do y'all know that shit was political? Political. It was a politician race, a political race, where one guy said that the other guy was the devil, and the other guy's name was Lucifer. And the fact that this politician said that this guy's the devil and his name was Lucifer, people put the two together. Google that if y'all don't believe me, please. I'm just saying, y'all, when you start understanding stuff and start finding out stuff because you question stuff and you do research about stuff, you start finding out stuff. And you be like, oh, that's interesting right there. And then, like this just said earlier, because I heard it, the name, and I hate to say this, y'all, and tell y'all this, y'all probably heard it. The name Jesus wasn't around because J wasn't around. The letter J was not around. It wasn't invented yet. The letter J wasn't invented yet. I'm just saying, y'all. Also, understand Christ is a title. It was 12 other Christs. 12. But this is stuff that when you hear, you be like, oh, say that's blasphemy. You did. I'm like, why? Because I learned some stuff. It's blasphemy because I learned some stuff. But I thought I was
Yes,
made in
Kevin.
his
I,
image.
I know sheep are prey and followers, but I mean I was using that as an antonym. Like some sheep get away though. All sheep
Mhm.
don't follow the flock. That's what I was getting at. Some sheep, black sheep, they get cast aside. Some sheep run off. They don't all follow the shepherd. Like sometimes when he be like, go left, the motherfuckers go right.
Hmm.
Are they wrong? Maybe they saw impeding doom.
Hmm.
Maybe they saw that wolf creeping down.
Right.
Like
I ain't
a
going that way.
sheepdog,
I ain't going.
sheepdog can't kill all the wolves. He only kill one. Sheepdogs can only fight one wolf at a time. Wolves travel in packs. I don't know whoever told you wolves only travel by themselves. Wolves travel in packs. They're like hyenas.
Shepherd, and
They
we
they bite at one time. They don't bite individually.
nope. Lucifer was just as powerful. He was second in charge. Exactly, he's second in charge. I don't remember that in the Bible about Lucifer almost winning, but I do know there is a particular time when Lucifer would be bound and cast into the lake of fire. Maybe it wasn't his time then. It depends on what you believe in. You know what I'm saying? Once again, it all depends on what you believe in. I remember having a conversation with my homeboy, right? And he was telling me about a discipleship course that he took, right? And I remember telling him, you don't think it's discipleship courses for every religion that make them believe that their religion is the correct religion? I think all of them are praying to the same God. It's just a different name. That's what I believe in. You know what I'm saying? It's all the same person or being or whatever you entity. It's just different names. It's different
I
names. You know
think
what I'm saying?
I think it's one God who banished 13, 14 angels to earth, and because the people that were in the earth saw them at that time and they gave them things to better their environment at the time, one way or the other, they start calling them gods. Because, like said, if you if a plane flies to a group of people that don't know what a plane is, you seem like you're supernatural to them.
Mm-hmm.
You seem bigger than them. You
Mm-hmm.
seem like you're beyond them. So
Mm-hmm.
when a person saw an angel and an angel is bigger and better and beyond a human, you worship it because it gives you giftings and greetings and food and ways to improve on life.
Mm-hmm.
Like weapons came from angels, good or bad angels, they came from angels. So if they give you things that make you feel like your life is improving, like Elon Musk with a Tesla, I'm not saying he's an angel, but I'm just using that as an example. You feel like that person is beyond. Most of us look at celebrities as being beyond us because they have more money, more status, more clout, better house, better car, better living. They eat healthy. Magic Johnson got rid of AIDS. Like he's the first. Before this trend started, when everybody else got healed, Magic Johnson got healed first.
True. Oh, I'm
So
laughing at the statement he just at which college just made. Yeah, but you're right though. You're right. You're right about that. Hey, this is a good conversation tonight, y'all. We definitely appreciate that, man. We appreciate everybody hanging in with us. Y'all know we gonna slide a little bit over time like we always do. Um, we try to keep the conversation going though as long as we can. We appreciate y'all smashing the like button. We need a few more people to smash that like button for us though, y'all. Just a few more people. Go ahead and what 4 more people, man. Smash that like button for us. We
they
appreciate
can
that.
sell like Alexander Shanari.
Right. He said he knows somebody in the first half who could sound like Alexander Shannara. All right.
Well,
It was a good conversation this evening. Thank you very much. Absolutely, Annie. This is what we're trying to do, y'all. Listen, all 2024, y'all. We try to come to y'all with better content, y'all. More thought-provoking content. We're gonna challenge your beliefs. We're gonna see where you at in life. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna see if you standing on business. All
all right,
2024, y'all.
all
That's
right.
what we do.
Just for the record, um, just for the record, y'all can Google this. Look it up. Google it. So when Lucifer first went against God, if Michael and another angel would have been persuaded to join Lucifer's side, they would have won the war.
Pops.
If you don't believe it, look it up. If Lucifer would have been able to convince Michael and somebody else, I forgot what the other one's name was, but he's an archangel. If you would have been able to convince them too, because those were God's strongest warriors, to join him, he would have won. That's why there is a battle for our souls or whatnot. With
Mm.
that being with that being said, I'm your host, just this world. I'm not trying to offend you. I'm not trying to push you away. It's all love, and you're welcome here. This is a safe space.
I'm your boy Said, aka Mr. Let's Talk. We out of time till the next time.
Screaming, let's talk. Peace.
Peace. Good night, everybody. Appreciate the conversation tonight. Great conversation.